What's up, y'all? Today is 23rd of June 2025. We are 14 minutes away from market open, and today is a Monday. So the first thing I see on the charts, we just hit the equilibrium of this entire bullish range. Look at how it bounced really nicely with a wick from over there. So that's a bullish sign. And my second bullish sign is we had this big gap. We had this big gap down on the overnight session during the weekend, and now we have gotten above it, and we're currently like kind of retesting it as support, kind of. So those are my bullish reasons. But the biggest thing that I don't like is I would like this level to be a break of structure, but so far, look at this. Price is not really displacing above this. It tried to, but then it completely failed and came back down. So I'm having a hard time deciding if this is a break of structure or not, which is a very big red flag for me. So immediately I'm thinking, okay, this is not a high quality trading day, but that doesn't mean that there's no opportunities to trade. And the second thing I don't like is that I'm a little bit bullish on the day, but there are no bullish SMTs anywhere to support a bullish argument. Let's look at this. Like ES and NQ look exactly the same. Like look at these low, 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 low. These are mirror images. So that means there's no manipulation in the markets. If there's no manipulation, then the true move is not gonna be as fast nor as efficient. So that's what I don't like about today. On the daily chart, I would have liked for us to keep dumping and get below this break of structure line so that we potentially have lower targets down here. But that has not happened. Like I would have liked something like this. You know, we start the week down here and then we target these lows. But instead, we went up, and what does that mean? That means this becomes a liquidity sweep. If this is a liquidity sweep and price is here, what is the next likely target? Is the nearest draw on liquidity over here to the upside. So that's my logic going into this week. And the last piece of the puzzle would be a clean break of structure. And like I said, there's just not a very clean break of structure here. Now this buy model over here, may not have a very clean break of structure, but that does not mean, even though this doesn't have a clean break of structure, it does not mean that there is no clean break of structure on the low time frame, because the low time frame is what we're going to be trading going into today. So this is another buy model, right? It's the same thing as the high time frame. And here there are some clean break of structures, like over here and over here. So, and we are about to open in like over here, just 2 candles away. So we can trade this model. This model looks pretty good. And the target would be over here. So how many points would that be? 50, 60, which is not shabby, right? About 60. So I am definitely keeping an eye out for that on the 5-minute. So even though we don't have a high time frame break of structure, I am still bullish on the day, and the low time frame model looks pretty bullish. It's better than the high time frame. So what I'm thinking is I'm just gonna target this, and if this is taken, I'm gonna call it a day. Because after this buy side liquidity, the next nearest buy side liquidity is all the way up here. And that is just not very realistic for me to target 250 point move. I would rather target a 60 point move, be in and out of the market just like that as soon as possible. You can see this 15-minute model looks very clean, and in a way that's all we need. We only need the 15-minute. We don't really need like two big models. We don't need big models to take a trade. We can trade from any model. And this 15-minute model says that this high is very high quality because the high time frame is still pretty bullish. We bounced from the equilibrium of a very big bullish range. And when we bounced, this automatically became a liquidity sweep. Now the only thing really missing is an S&T, right? Which kind of sucks. But over here on this small time frame, look how close we already are to here. What do you think the price wants to do? If it bounced here and it's already here, and if price hunts liquidities, where is this going right now? What is this hunting? It is obviously trying to hunt this level over here. The only question is, will we be able to take an entry, or will price pump without giving us an entry and we end up missing out on a trade? That's the biggest question. You can see this 15-minute model is so clean. 15-minute bullish fair value gap here. The break of structure is over here. And look how we ran over all of these bearish fair value gaps. That just proves one thing. If bearish fair value gaps are getting pierced up and we're creating bullish fair value gaps, that means order flow is very bullish. So if order flow is bullish, we target buy side liquidities. Now we did not bounce from the equilibrium of this range. We never came down to equilibrium, but equilibrium is a thing where you kind of can make it flexible. Like I would have liked to draw the equilibrium from this point to this point because that is the biggest range of the recent move. But since we now know that that's not where we bounced, we can adjust this accordingly. And we can see what happened was this was the range that price rebounds from the equilibrium from. So just because it didn't come down to this equilibrium doesn't mean that it's not bullish, because on every single price leg has its own equilibrium level. This is the equilibrium level of this level, whereas this is the equilibrium level of this level. And if we keep zooming in, there's more price legs, right? Like over here, over here, over here, and all of them have their own 50% line where it's the half point of that entire range. Okay, we are 1 minute away from market open. I was thinking if we had an S&T here, but this is not an S&T because this low on NASDAQ was never taken and ES has also not taken. But you can see how much they differ, which shows there's some kind of manipulation going on. Okay, we might just pump up at market open, honestly. I just need a clean break of structure level where I can confidently say, okay, above this line price will just pump. Okay, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding, 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 ding. Let's go. Okay, what's happening? S&T right here. Okay, S&T gone. No S&Ts here. Okay, we're gonna make an S&T here because look how close NQ is to this, whereas ES is nowhere near that level. S&T over here. But we need to actually take this level first though. What's happening on low time frame? Okay, we just created this big fat 15-second fair value gap. Okay. Oh, we don't have an S&T now because NQ took this, ES also took this. No S&Ts there. Okay, what about down there? Yeah. Okay, we got an S&T here, which would be this point on ES. Okay, but we just ran over this bullish 15-minute fair value gap over here. That's bearish. If after 13 minutes, when this candle closes, if we are still here, that is very bearish. And the target would no longer be up here. The target would be here. So we will see if that's the case. So now this is no longer a break of structure. So we take that off. Damn, we just dump into hell. Yeah, thanks, Trump. This is all because of Trump. Trump and his impulsive decisions, like tariffs, and now we're going to war. We're about to start World War III. Of course, price is gonna be all over the place. The reason my trading has been suffering is all his fault. Nah, I'm kidding, but still, thanks, Trump. As always. Okay, so now it's pretty safe to say that price is going to take this, right? Because first of all, we are very close to it. And second of all, now we just have so many bearish reasons for price to go there. Because now we have a break of structure here, and we have a bunch of bearish fair value gaps here. But notice how NASDAQ is really close to this level, but ES is nowhere near that level. That means NASDAQ is weak and ES is strong. Okay, so now we have an S&T here, but I'm not really looking for S&Ts right now because price is really bearish, so I don't care about bullish S&Ts. So market open here, we just dump straight down. Now the question is this a manipulation for us to later reverse back up? Or is this really because price is bearish and we continue to go down? Okay, now look at this. Now we can adjust this and bring this down here because price is going down, we might actually touch the equilibrium of this range, which is a prettier range than this one. This is how it should be drawn, right? So I'm thinking we could come down here, dump a little bit more, come down here, and then bounce. We will see though. This looks so nasty on the 4-hour, bro. Look at this. Look at all of these buy-side liquidities. Like, look at this. This buy-side liquidity, price tried to go get it, and then it dumped. And look at all these. Price tried to go get it, and then it dumped. And then look at this. We tried to take this before market open, and now market open and we dumped. We are not taking any buy-side liquidities. This is very, it's very dissatisfying to watch. And basically, this can be explained in one logic, which is price is simply building buy-side liquidities, letting short traders keep shorting and let them put their stop losses on all of these highs so that the market can later take all of those highs and then do the real move down. That's how the market operates. Ooh, look at this. This is a really big wick now. Okay, 15-minute is so bullish. But don't you leave without me now. Don't you leave without me. Wait for me. Okay, 1 minute. But this was such a fast move that there is no break of structure on the 1 minute. On the 15-second, we kind of have it here. So what does this mean? Our first clear target is these highs. Not only if it would let us take a long, that would be great. But it's just gonna keep on pumping. And we cannot just FOMO and just long right here. Because then I don't know where to put my stop loss other than like here, which at that point I would be risking $100 to make $36, which does not make sense. That's why just because you know where the market is going doesn't always mean you can trade where the market's going. But notice, just a few minutes ago, we were talking about how this 15-minute bullish fair value gap is gonna get ran through to the downside, but now it has completely turned it around. This bullish 15-minute fair value gap is still bullish. Oh my God. Look at this. I didn't even notice this happened. Look at this. There's a crazy S&T over here, son. Oh my God, I don't have any time to draw that. Oh, I so went along. I'm kind of feeling FOMO. But I need a pullback. Right now, I need a pullback before price takes this. That's the thing right now. I would give 7. I would do 7 micros for this trade. Like, I need a liquidity sweep of these levels. And then, that buy side looks so good now. But it's only like a $30 move. And we're not getting any pullbacks. So you might miss out on this one. But remember, this is only a 15-second target, okay? Just because that is taken does not mean we cannot target even higher. Because look at 15-minute. 15-minute model also looks very bullish. It could totally take this level. Okay? So, but I would ideally just take this because this would take such a long time for the higher targets. I could kind of slap a short right here. But that's 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. I'm not doing that, sorry. I'm not trading 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Might miss out on $300, but I don't care. God, this move was so fast that a 1-minute break of structure would be here, which is just a few points away from the target of the model. That's crazy, son. Ooh, ES has already taken this, but NQ has not. Look at this. The same high is not taken on NQ, but on ES it is taken. What does that mean? NQ is weaker than ES. But that doesn't mean anything right now because we are still bullish. We are bullish regardless. Come on, give me a pullback and an SMT. Come on, come on, come on. Give me something. Anything. Anything, thank you. Ah, please. Please give me something.
Technically, we have an SMT over here.
Which means I would put my stop here if I was so long. But I need a bullish displacement first to confirm this is an SMT. Right now, this is just a potential SMT. This is not a confirmed SMT. So, but by the time this gets confirmed, like there's no more trade for me to take. That's the dilemma right there. What happened was, right here, we have a small SMT right here like this. Notice, this is taken, this little low right here is taken, but over here it's not taken. Gonna stay patient. Gonna stay patient. See, now it will be safe to take this trade to over here. But the margins are not looking good, blood. The margins are not looking good. Hey, this could be a liquidity sweep right here because it's not displacing. I need displacement. Give me a displacement. Also notice we haven't confirmed that 1 minute break of structure here. We need to close above this on the 1 minute to confirm it on a 1 minute model. But look at this 15-minute fair value gap, dude. This is so bullish on a 15-minute. But we just haven't figured out how to enter on a low time frame. Only $21. I would have risked $240 to make $336. That's just not good enough. So even though I am very high confident in this trade playing out, it still doesn't make economic sense because I want to make at least twice of what I would lose. Oh shit, what the? Oh my god, that scared the crap out of me. Okay, well, that's why we don't take this kind of things. Oh, but now there's gonna be a really big SMT. Let me see. SMT, where? Over here. This is a clean move. I'm taking this. Ooh. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. What's happening? What's happening? Oh my god. What happened? How did I lose money on that? Dude. Oh yeah, 9:45 news. I forgot. Shit. I need to jump back in because that was really stupid. Okay, my stop would be like over here. I'm risking a lot on this one. That's not good. 536, okay. For $984. 1.8. But this is a good trade because there's an SMT here, which means it's protected. Ah, but it's like doesn't have. Wait, what? Oh shit! I just got stopped out. What? How did I lose money on that? Price didn't even go down. Dude, what is going on? Nothing happened and I lost 252. Like what? Yeah, this is the issue with trading with prop firms is the trailing drawdown stops you out just like that, even though like I haven't really lost money on this account. Well, until now, I guess. I still get stopped out. This account is still blown. Oh, but that was, I really forgot about the 9:45 news. So that was my fault. This wick at 9:45 really surprised me and I kind of lost my foothold. But yeah, sadly now this trade is gonna play out without me because my prop firm just closed my account. I don't even know what I did wrong. I didn't get stopped out. And why did I close my positions here? Man, this is funny. Okay. Okay, theoretically, I should be in this trade right now. Theoretically, I'm still in this trade. My stop is over here. Motherfucker. Anyway. Like I said, that's the target. That's the target. Ah, this looks so good. On a 15-minute, look at this chart. We swept this liquidity. We bounced. We closed above this bullish fair value gap. And we have an SMT down here. And we're this close. We are this close to this target, to this buy side. That's basically A plus. A plus quality right there. Okay, we're off to a pretty rowdy start to the week. Man, this is some bull crap. This is some BS, dude. Whatever. I read the market and y'all see me live saying that this is going to be taken and it's going to be taken now. On times like this where unfortunate things happen where you cannot control it, even though you're right and you should have made money, it still it should make you happy because at least you know your skills, your experience is working. Your experience is able to give you profitable insights, which is a really good thing. Okay, let's see. So that's what NASDAQ is doing. I want to see what ES is doing. ES has almost taken that high, but not yet. Technical difficulties. 33. That's how fast things happen out in these markets, son. This ain't no game. Yeah, but I'm super impressed with myself finding this SMT because this was not hard. This was not easy to spot. Look at this. Like it's an SMT from here to here. And it's very like, sometimes your eyes just get confused because it's just so many lines, so many wicks, so many candles, but right? This is an SMT. Yeah, it's over here. Look. Boom. So after this, after this SMT and we bounce back up, that's basically the perfect time to enter. Now, on paper, I would like it to like displace up first to let it confirm that it's a bullish SMT. But this was a 9:45 news event, right? And on a news event, it's always going to be a manipulation. So that's how I kind of predicted beforehand, wait, that it's going to be a manipulation. This SMT most likely will hold. That is why. I really wish I could take this long right now. But I'm not going to chase now. And I'm pretty sure my account will not work anymore, because apparently it's considered blown now. I didn't do anything to blow this account. Well, I did go on a 6 straight losing streak. Well, I did do that. But still, man, it's a load of crap. I'm practically still at break even. I was at break even, and this was supposed to take me to 51,000. Now, if I was to trade, I would have wanted this to become an SMT over here, but there's no SMT. If there was an SMT here, at this point in time, I would long and put my stop over here and target the same highs, like that. But there's no SMT, so I'm not touching that. This looks so good, bro. My account had to deactivate in the worst time possible. I am not having it, bro. I am not having this. God's testing me. God is testing me. Okay, so I'm gonna be hopping off the charts as soon as I see this target get taken, because that was our original plan on the day, right? Because this is the closest target to price, and this next target is so far away that it's probably not even gonna be hit today. And I only trade 30 minutes. This is gonna take 30 hours, right? So after this high is taken, we will stop watching the market and we'll take the L and we will move on. I'm good. If I longed here, my stop loss would still have to go here, which would make my margins really bad, because It's 0.8 RR. That means if I was to take this, I would put my stop loss here, or it needs to be higher, honestly. Maybe like somewhere around here, but this is not a very good stop loss placement. It's just a tight stop loss, but it's not because it's a tight stop loss doesn't mean it's a good stop loss. This is a good stop loss because there is a reason to put my stop loss over here, technically over here, but that would be too big, so I kind of pushed it over here. This is good because there's an SMT here. Now this SMT protects the stop loss because it's bullish. But if we were to enter here, there's no SMTs over here that I can put my stop loss to. That's why if you miss the first entry, you should not touch it until if you see an SMT, then maybe. But even then, the best entry you could have taken is already over by this time. By the time you're here, and it's not going to be as good. It's not going to be as good. And that's also what happened exactly on last Friday. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, you should go check that live trading session out. Right now we are just slowly inching towards the buy side. Ooh. What are you trying to do, huh? I'm surprised by how long this is taking. Because after such a manipulation, I would have expected it to just go over there within 30 seconds. But this is still dragging on. Which makes me wonder if I was in this trade still. My God, cockroach. Which makes me wonder if I was still in this trade, would I still be in this trade? Because I might have to close it out, like maybe here. I'm not sure. Well, definitely my stop loss would be at break even at this point, right? But I would stop myself out early if there's a bearish SMT here, which we do have a bearish SMT, potential bearish SMT. And this bearish SMT would be confirmed by a break of structure. Do we have a break of structure here? No, right? Like the last bunch of up close candles are over here. If we draw a line, we need to displace below this, but we did not displace below this. We actually bounced from this. So we are still bullish. So likely I would still be in a trade at this point. And it's almost 10, which means my trading day is over. But man, this would have been such a good trade because, you know, I was really heavy on this too. So I would have won like $950 something on this. I was entering this with eight contracts, $984, risking $500. So we were risking big to make big today. Man, this is such a bullshit freaking day, bro. I'm kidding. That was just for content. All right. So unfortunately, my funded trading account, my evaluation trading account, hit my drawdown limit. So my account was automatically closed over here. Whereas I would have wanted my trade to close here, it automatically got closed here. So there was nothing I can do about that. So sadly, I could not be exposed to this move. But that's okay. We move on. And because our daily target, my target is taken, now we're just gonna get off the charts and enjoy the rest of our day. Now, I don't care what price does now. I don't care if it keeps going up or it keeps going down. I'm gonna go do some other things. So see y'all later, guys.